Welcome to the MusicVerse podcast, a musical improvised story with Raymond and the amazing Athena P, who plays me.
Hello, my name's Athena. I run the YouTube channel Athena P. I play the ukulele, and I also play the character of Marcy.
Let's go to the recap. Last time on MusicVerse.
Okay, so last time I had to go back into the dream world, and we had to rescue Antonio's from Antonio's Pizza, and he was the last person in Musicville we had to save. Then we had to defeat the boss again, but we did, and now I have no idea what's going to happen. And the conductor's back!
Yeah, it's so great. Thank you, Marcy. I still have no clue what's going on. I don't know how this is happening, but yes, the conductor is... What the heck? Who are you? Well, I am the conductor, of course. Get out of the chair. Okay, now I am back. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to MusicVerse. This is a show like no other. Yes, you are now in a world, in a musical world, and I am glad to be back for the big finale of this story. Well, at least a chapter of it. And like always, we go towards Marcy as she is holding Terry's hand within a dream, and then they wake up. It has now been 2 days ever since the last person in Musicville was restored to normal. The sound of singing can be heard outside of every single street corner, every home, school, university, the beach, and every other store in town. And we go up towards the newest building in town. Well, not that new anymore. A year has been passed by ever since this was built, but it's there. Christmas is coming near. Not yet there. We're in November right now. But hey, everything seems to be good. As Marcy is now sitting in her office, finishing her little speech to now call the president. Describe your office first.
The first thing I pictured is a cubicle, but that's totally not my office.
No, it would be more of a boss level office, you know? Remember with all the...
Exactly.
Yeah, what's your ideal boss office?
My office has beanbag chairs all over, just in case somebody wants to come in and talk to me. I have these giant cloud lanterns that hang from the ceiling, and the walls are painted like it's the sky, and I have a cork board with all of my memories, Polaroids of Terry and everyone who's important to me, and I just want to make it feel like it's really an inviting area. I love my office.
That sounds amazing. And as you sit on your, what is it, a beanbag as well?
Beanbag chair, yes.
Nice. You are typing into your computer the little pointers of what you're going to have in this conversation with the president. So kind of describe more of you getting the phone and stuff like that, you know.
So I'm looking over this list, and I want to make sure everything's as clear as possible. The assembling of the task force of people who were there during the first battle, and how this affects their dreams, how they have to have an open conversation with everyone saying who has experienced this dream, who has sang to their younger self, if anybody sees shackles, if anybody doesn't hear music anymore, and you need to have them be their own specialized group to deal with the kind of scenario that I'll explain to them, so then I'll go into exactly what to do when you fall asleep and how to find the others. So I'm looking through this list, and I already sent my boss and the president a message from before saying that I want to have this important conversation. She kind of knows a bit about what happened. I told her I had a big revelation, and are we going to have the president talk to me in real time?
Yes.
So I collect myself and I dial her number.
Ring, ring, ring. She picks up the phone as you put it in your as she puts it in her ear. Hello, Marcy.
Hello. Yes. I need to discuss with you exactly what happened. First, I have to open this conversation and ask you if anything strange has been happening around you, if you've noticed anything visually or sound-wise, like if you've been hearing music like you usually do, if you've been seeing people the way you normally do.
Yes, of course. I had actually a lot of different reports from other countries, and they kind of have those same things going on. A lot of people from the agency experienced what you just described, a bit of looking at people with chains and them not singing. I didn't experience that until they told me and I saw it. I realized that it was the truth. And it's still going on. But you say that you were able to figure out a way?
Yes. So I had to look for people within my own group that are experiencing the same things. And we have to go into this kind of dream mind dimension, which I know sounds crazy, but I truly believe that we're all connected, especially after what we all experienced together. So, have you been...
Darling, we know about this dream connection. It is the way that we have been able to kind of learn a bit more about these creatures in the past.
Yeah.
We had agents traveling towards their dreams and experimented with that for years.
Yes, but we need to get people more interconnected. I ended up being inside my mind with a good 100 other people.
Okay. Now, Marcy, I want you to roll for me, because there's a key importance here.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Give me a second right now. You said a 6?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plus ones in anything?
Let me see. I can have a 3 for will or a 1 for vigor.
Okay. Yeah. You're persuading something. Your will. Use your will. What's your will?
3. So I'm bringing it up to a 9.
Great. That's good. So when she says that, you realize that she's referring not to what you have experienced. She's referring to a more surface, what the first thing that you experienced, but then you fell asleep again and again. So it's more of an inception kind of thing. And they haven't explored that yet. But you did. That's the new fact. And that's what you have to tell her, is that you discovered something new within that. Because now she's disregarding you because she knew about this. Like, that's not going to help us, she's thinking.
Let me re-explain myself. It goes beyond the initial dreaming. It's falling asleep within your dreams. It's peeling the layers of the subconscious, and it can connect us on a deeper level where we can help defeat our inner monsters, which is what we're dealing with now, because as many of the other countries have also reported, there's been less sightings of these shadows in the outside world. They are within us, and the only way we can take them down is to either defeat it ourselves subconsciously or to help others. Does this make any sense?
Yes, actually it does. Interesting.
So what I've done with my task force is all the people who were able to, we ended up seeing a younger version of ourselves, and we had to calm them down, and the shadows would disappear from our subconscious. There are other people who struggled with this who aren't as experienced fighting with these monsters as our 4U agents are, especially the ones who were involved in the initial battle last year. So what we ended up doing is connecting all together in this mindscape that looks almost like a hallway. We went into a door that looks like our building, and I met up with a good 100 of my agents, and we had to pinpoint who in Musicville needed our help. So that's how we actually ended up eliminating all of the shadows, even from within our minds.
Yes.
So all of Musicville.
You're talking about the interconnected doors that leads to people's dreams. But what you're saying is that we should go beyond that to a different state.
Yes,
even
it has
deeper.
Flashbacks, memories, and the negative feelings associated with such. We're actually helping people deal with trauma on a very deeper level. That those monsters exploit. So we help them heal from within, and then we're able to deal with the monsters better.
Understood. Thank you very much, Marcy. You have improved this company, this foundation.
Thank you.
It just begs to question what's going to happen now. And let's see, maybe you'll get a promotion soon.
Thank you.
And so the call ends. Hey, Marcy.
Hello?
It's me. I'm back.
Oh my gosh. You're doing the narrating thing.
Yes. Didn't you hear it at the beginning?
I was just more stressed out about the boss, but yeah. Oh my gosh, I gotta get used to that. I haven't heard you in there for forever.
Yeah, I just think people begin to tune me out because they think it's just normal.
Yeah, I do end up normalizing it. It's like you're my conscious, but not really, obviously. I have one of those too. Oh my gosh, the president is so intimidating.
I know, right?
Even though I knew more than her, she was like making me question myself. I was like, what? I'm the one who solved it. Like, me and my MusicVille people are the ones who solved it, and you're still questioning me. I mean, I like her. She's nice, but oh my goodness, she's so intimidating.
Yes.
Maybe she asked me.
Yes, it's part of her job, and if you heard that, maybe you'll get a promotion.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm just focused on what happens next. Like, I don't even know what a promotion would be. So, I mean, I am excited. I love this company, but what is this company even going to be? It's like I'm constantly keeping up.
Oh, I wish I could tell you, but I can't.
But you know?
Of course I know.
Are you omnipotent?
No, I'm not. It's just part of being a watcher. You get to see a little bit of what's ahead. Not everything, just the little tippy tops of the mountains, you know? I am standing in a mountain and I see the little plots that are gonna happen next and next. Not everything, though.
Like Garnet. You know her?
I haven't watched the show, but I have heard you talk about it.
I'm gonna talk with Terry about this. This is so weird.
Anyways, I can't tell you about it. It's the rule of being a narrator.
Like the show Central Park. Do you know any of these shows? Oh no, you were stuck there for thousands of years.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so if you see the plot, do you just see the main plot? Like, if I sit down and watch these shows, would you be able to see them too?
I have no eyes, Marcy.
What? Okay, the more I find out, the more afraid I am. But it's okay.
I'm just kidding. Of course I see.
Oh my gosh, you scare me. I don't know how being a watcher works.
I have to watch, Marcy. It's in the name.
Why would you lie about having no eyes?
Because I think it's funny to tease you.
Your humor will always confuse me, but I'm glad you're back.
Anyways, yes, I have, you can just sit down and watch the show, but you have to say it within the story so it actually happens.
I'm not sure if we have time in the story for me to tell you all about Steven Universe in Central Park.
I mean, you can turn on that TV right now and say we watched it.
Okay. I then began to watch the entirety of Steven Universe and Central Park, so the conductor will know everything I'm talking about.
And now I have the power of referencing these things again.
Yay! So what do you think of the shows?
What? Oh, pretty good.
The show.
Amazing.
Yes.
Anyways, we shall cut. Marcy, it's been a while now. The beginning of December has begun, and of course, everybody's getting ready for Christmas soon. But you now have direct news that everything is slowly getting solved around Melody. Melody is coming together once again to what it used to be. There is a lot of things that you can fix. You start thinking about Marcy as you think about the future of the company. You do remember going to that different world, to that New York, and you remember the game that Nick was making, and you remember that the plot of that game was actually to unite the countries of the world. Because you, as growing up in MusicVerse, growing up in Musicville, you have a privilege that not a lot of people have. You get to see and express yourself in every single genre you want. But in other countries, that's not the case. You have to stick with what you sing. But within For You, there's a diversity, and you can use For You as a way to unite each country, because you remember that the plot of that game that Nick was making was actually MusicVille being the main character of MusicVille being able to unite the different people of different countries together in harmony and make them see that they don't have to play only one genre of music, but that they can enjoy every single culture and every other genre together, and that they should not hate it. And that's basically what you're thinking about as you rest in your apartment. Any thoughts?
The thought excites me, but also scares me, because I don't want people to think that I'm changing them. I just want to offer them even more freedom to express themselves. I think a great way to do that within For You would be if the agents were taught all different kinds of music, and then they can introduce it to their genre, so that they can say, hey, a lot of people here might like country, but what if somebody here wanted to sing something else? That's not bad. And they can give them they can amplify those voices.
Indeed. And as you think that, we move on. Marcy, describe to me what happens in the month of December.
In the month of December, I end up talking to people within my own section of For You, and I start to meet these agents on a different level, because I've seen all of them within their dreams, and we kind of met each other backwards. Like, I knew all these people's trauma before I knew what songs they like to listen to. So I met them more on a personal level. I ended up making a lot of friends through For You, and I wanted to hear where their families were from too, so that we have these networks to these different genres and these ways that we can reach people. So that was a big way that I ended up finding new joy in being the boss without having to constantly battle. Like, I ended up talking to my workers more, and they became less like workers and more like peers and friends.
Interesting. So, tell me more as Christmas is getting closer.
As Christmas is getting closer, I have to keep shaking off these feelings of what was happening this time a year or two ago. It feels good to finally have everything be normal, but I keep almost expecting things to go wrong. But everything is just really nice. Like, the music never stops. Everyone's so joyous and not afraid. I get to spend way more time with Terry and my family. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's been 2 years ever since that happened now. It's weird to say that, Marcy. It's just odd to think it was 2 years ago. You're shocked by it. Thinking about it, you start thinking how fast time passes. And Marcy, as the day of Christmas begins, what happens? What do you do on Christmas?
On Christmas, I get to spend time with my family, Terry, and also Terry's mom, who is painting a lot more beautiful works, becoming, Terry's giving her a little bit more independence, because he sees how much happier she is after he helped her with the monsters, like we helped with everyone, and it was just an amazing time. Me and my dad made the gingerbread house like we usually do, and it was perfect.
This time, nothing was ruined. Last year Christmas, nobody actually wanted to celebrate, actually. It was a very huge mark in MusicVerse, huge mark in MusicVille, that last year Christmas wasn't celebrated. Some people did, but a lot of people still were very traumatized to what happened on December of the year earlier. But this year, as everybody was helped with their trauma, including yourself, and you all faced it together, everybody got ready again, and it became the best day in whole of MusicVille once more. And it feels great, Marcy. And as New Year's is almost near, once again, Terry gets down on one knee and offers a ring towards Marcy. I don't know if you're ready yet. I don't know what the future brings, but I know we're gonna be in messes like this all the time, and we don't know what can happen tomorrow. What do you say?
Can I sing?
Yes, you can sing.
I never knew if everything would end.
I never knew if we could make it out, but now that we have, I know there's no one else I'd rather be with, and there's nowhere else that I would rather go. I just wanna build a home with you. So to your question I say yes. To your question I say I do. I wanna be with you.
He's still kneeling down. He looks at you and he's like, "You do?"
Yes.
He gets up and hugs you, and tries to spin you around.
Thank you for being so patient with me. I feel more confident now than ever that we can get through anything.
I believe that's true. And I have to take you home. I've been planning the wedding for a while. Let's go. So you prepare that. You two deal with that. And tell me, Marcy, what happens in this next year? Like, we're doing a 1-year jump now. But I want to know what happens in every month.
I start meeting up with the bosses from all the other genres at least once a month. So we have 12 meetings and we're all talking about uniting, and I actually found out that the boss of pop actually likes singing rock more. And that's the perfect example of what we want to do. So we started discussing exactly how we're going to use our areas for you, and how they're actually going to bring different volunteers, different people who signed up. It's almost like a field trip. These people from different genres to MusicVille to see all the different genres that there actually are in one place. So I'm actually showing people around from different areas through MusicVille and telling them all the things I love about it, all the genres that I love, and some people still stick to the genre that, like, they ended up liking the genre that they were born into, but some people like different genres more, and I always wanted to emphasize that I didn't want to take people away from what they liked. I just wanted to present them with more opportunities and more different styles of music if they so choose. And a lot of people ended up also moving to Musicville, so I ended up seeing a lot of new faces, but all the other genres, even though their roots were still in their genres, they ended up being a lot more lenient with how people were able to express themselves, and there ended up being, so usually like buses were the only way to get through to places, but now there's more bridges and tunnels, and like it's easier to get from place to place, and we're all over Melody. There's a lot more unity, a lot of very important conversations were had this year, and I just feel more in tune with the rest of the world than ever. Really great.
I like the idea that For You agencies work as stations, and there's an underground train system that travels very fast into all the different countries through For You. And now everybody... What?
New modes of transportation, for sure. It's definitely a big leap from years ago when I just had to take the bus, these long rides.
Yes. And now everybody can travel from place to place quicker. You know, you had to use airplanes or buses before, or your own car, but now you can use the train tunnel system to get from place to place. And that's pretty cool.
And that was also really important because I feel like for such a long time, 4U was having all of these incredible technological advancements that the rest of these countries didn't have access to. And now 4U, now that they don't have to focus on the shadows, it's more benefiting the people with all the advancements that we've made.
Exactly. They are using now. Technology is very much booming a bit more because 4U has been sharing this technology. And by the month of March, Marcy, you are in one of the meetings and you are elected as the new president of the entire foundation.
I'm what?
Yes.
Oh man, just a few months ago I wasn't confident being a boss, and now I just got confident in that, and now I oversee everything.
to appoint somebody else as the boss of Musicville. But you can still reside in Musicville.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I have to. Musicville's where my heart is, so I absolutely am going to stay there. And of course, I want to stick around in the 4U building as well.
So who are you going to give the boss position to?
I approached Terry about it, but he kind of likes just being an agent.
I also say, I don't know, Marcy. Maybe people would think it's only because of our relationship.
I was going to say there might be a conflict of interest there. I just wanted to run it by you because I didn't want to think that I didn't have you in mind. Because, I mean, other than you being my fiance, not fiance, that's such a fun word. Anyway, other than you being my fiance, I also think you're really great at this job, but I know you, and people know us, and I just feel like it would just be a little too crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas? I've been having trouble. Like, there's so many good agents. Has there been anybody that expressed interest to you? Because maybe they wouldn't want to come to me directly.
I know of someone.
Who?
I think Sarah.
Sarah. Is that?
You know, she's the best Musicville agent at the moment, ranking every score in the tests and all these other things. She became a trainer after being an agent, so it would be a nice step for her to become the boss.
Absolutely. She's been really, elevating her career. I want to have more conversations with her because I still feel like she would be good, but I want to have a reminder of exactly what she was doing when we were entering people's dreams. I like to be clearer about people. You know me, I'm not really great at putting names to faces, but I feel like once I have her in front of me, it'll all make sense.
Okay, precedent.
Oh, jeez, don't say that. I mean, yes, but, I'm stressed.
You can do it, Marcy.
Thank you. I can do it. To get used to saying that.
Okay, so what do you do? What does Marcy do after that conversation?
She emails Sarah. I email Sarah. I end up having many conversations with her face to face, and I start remembering where she was at the battle, how that battle really motivated her, how she was one of the people from the initial 50 people who went inside that subconscious dream layer, and I remember how much she took charge.
Not only that, she was with you when you recruited people 2 years ago.
Yeah.
During the big battle.
Yeah, absolutely. She has been such a constant. So I think it does make sense, and I'm so happy that I have Terry who's able to keep track of people better. He'll always be, maybe I can make him my vice president or my first man. Okay, well, enough of that. Sarah's definitely getting the position as the boss, and I can't wait to tell her. So I do, and she's very happy, and I can tell that she is going to lead with such grace, and I can't wait to see it.
Great. And Sarah is a woman of color. Just wanted to point that out. As well as the boss in Rhapsody, I never pointed that out before. I kind of just assumed people would kind of tell. But yeah, also a man of color.
Oh, I remember seeing that in the Instagram.
Yeah, I did it in the illustrations. Anyways, as you kind of appoint this new boss, you get ready to head into this new responsibility of keeping track of every single 4U building in the entire Melody, which is a bigger weight than being a boss.
Which is already a pretty heavy weight.
Yes. So you will have to get used to that. But what do you say is Marcy's favorite month?
Marcy's favorite month is definitely in general or for this year?
No, in general.
In general, Marcy's favorite month is May because that's when she likes December, but then after Christmas passes, it's definitely when spring starts, when it starts getting really warm, like in May.
Okay. So, the wedding plans are for May, and how does that go, Marcy?
May of, Athena question. So, the wedding is happening the May in the same year?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. The wedding is everything I've ever dreamed, and I also think everything Terry's ever dreamed. It had so much music. It was perfect. The vows were musical. Speeches were musical. It was amazing. Oh, we had so much. We had this pizza bouquet from Antonio's, which was amazing. Chocolate fountain. The food was incredible. There was so much dancing, music, food. I mean, my three favorite things. And it was also amazing because we got to start talking about our life together. Like, we had this awesome guest book where everybody, basically everyone from Musicville was there. It was a huge ceremony. And the things people wrote for us and the wishes, it all came from the best intentioned, loving place. I am so happy that we got married exactly when we did. I couldn't imagine it being any better. No shadows, obviously. It just feels like I'm just in the best dream. And I don't want to wake up.
Is what I dreamed, but it's so much more now that it's right here. I know there's gonna be challenges in the way. This is not a happy ending, but a new beginning. For you and me. For you and me.
Being here with you is like a dream I can't dream of. Perfect in every way. That's just the magic of our love. And I know we can't get through anything. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you just for being Terry. This day is so perfect and you planned it so well. Thank you for letting me be here by your side. I am so proud to be your bride. Nothing can ruin this, our new beginning.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Let us know if you liked it by reviewing the show wherever you listen to your podcast, or by liking, commenting, and sharing on YouTube. You can now support us on Patreon or Ko-Fi. For more info, check out the description of the podcast. And for even more info, go to our Instagram or YouTube channel. All right, Marcy out. Back to you, Raymond.
Thank you once again, Marcy. I still have no idea how she's doing this, but this is the ending. Thank you for listening. The finale. The story has come to a conclusion. I don't know what the future holds for this series, but it's not only in my hands, it's in yours. Please, I really want this show to continue. This has been a passion project ever since it started, and I don't have the equipment. I don't have an editor. It's just me. And you guys know that I've gone through a lot during this project. A lot of things had happened, and I've kept editing. I graduated on May, and I finally got a job. And I can't invest a lot of time into the show, the time it deserves. I can't invest it anymore. I need someone to edit these episodes, to edit the show, if it's gonna continue. I'm not sure if it will, but MusicVerse has been a dream since it started. A dream that I'm not gonna give up on. A dream that I'm gonna continue to build on. Thank you to Athena and ARC, because they have been such great people backing up the show. As well with Eddie, he has been awesome too. And you have listened to all of these, and I would like to thank you personally. If the show is going to continue, there is going to be an epilogue that's going to be posted pretty soon. That epilogue is going to be a direct setup for Season 3. Season 3 is in your hands. We are going to try our best to do something great and do something better with Season 3. But the rest of it is up to you. So please help us out by sharing this show by donating to Patreon or Coffee. The links are in the description. And you can go to our YouTube channel or Instagram to get more information. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for listening. This has been an amazing ride. Hope to see you on the next one.